Right now, we have a special guest at 5:30 here on Channel 2, Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz. Thank you so much for joining us. We know that this is one of those storms right now. It's not the snow, but the strong whipping winds that we've been seeing from time to time. Bring us up to date on Erie County's response and the major problem encountered so far.
Well, thanks for having me, Claudine. Good to see you again. The biggest issue right now are power outages. There's over 9,000 power outages in Erie County alone in the NYSEG territory, with approximately a little more than 6,000 in National Grid's territory. It's not warm, it's getting cold out, as Dave said in his report. So we've been in contact with both NYSEG and National Grid to try to get restoration times. We expect a significant portion of them to have been restored today, but I'm not certain every one of them is going to get restored by the end of tonight. Of course, the snow has moved out of most of Erie County and it's now in ski country, and that's where we want it. We want it down there. We want it in the areas where people enjoy it and the skiing. The metro region came out fairly benign when it comes to the snow and the whiteouts, but of course it got hit pretty hard with power outages. So we're keeping an eye on that. And then this is a long duration storm. We're expecting upwards of another 2.5 to 3 feet to fall in southern Erie County, with maybe over through January 1st, another foot to fall in the city of Buffalo. So while that in itself is not an astronomical amount, people need to understand that the snow is going to continue to fall, and our Department of Public Works will be out plowing. Our Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services will be working with other parties to ensure we get through this as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
Any update on lakeshore flooding, and is the travel advisory still in effect?
Travel advisory is still in effect because of the strong winds and the potential for whiteout conditions. We want people to understand, even though it may not be snowing, you could get blowing snow that instantly turn an area into a whiteout. So the travel advisory is still in effect. Lakeshore flooding has not been terrible. We've seen, of course, the pictures of the waves crashing in Hamburg and the increased water because of the SACE event in the city of Buffalo, but we have not had bad flooding in the usual areas, the worrisome areas, Hoover Beach or the town of Grand Island. So while the water level has risen, thankfully it has not caused significant flooding.
As far as we know, the city really has been spared by the snow. Any decision on whether or not county offices will be open or closed tomorrow?
We're expecting county offices to be open as usual. There should be no reason that we're expecting the winds to subside. They've already dropped significantly from earlier today. We were told that while we were having 70-mile-an-hour winds gusts today, the most we should expect are 40-mile-per-hour tomorrow. So county offices will be open tomorrow at their normal times. And we just want people to understand that it's still a little hairy out there in situations. So if you can avoid travel, please do so. And if you do have to go out, make certain you have a winter preparedness survival kit in your car in case you would happen to get stuck in a situation. We don't want people to be too cold in a car, and we've certainly seen what can happen in those situations in the past. So just everyone be safe, and we'll get through this fine.
All right, Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz, once again, thanks so much for joining us today at 5:30. And again, as he mentioned, county offices will be open tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us.